the world stage. Now, let's just say here, with a little bit of a fun attitude in looking at this, let's act like this is a Hollywood script that we're going to try to put into a movie, but try to get the truth out to the masses here in explaining this. Now, let's just say, without a bunch of people getting ticked off out there because they've been spoon-fed lies their whole life and they've been led to believe one thing or another or to like someone, they're going to come to find out that not everything is always what it seems. Now, let's just say in this script for this movie that we'll call Life, let's just say in this that we had it set up that we had the people that were living here on planet Earth going about their daily lives, not really knowing their true history, like we really do, you know. And that in this instance, we are not really the superior ones here on this planet. We are not the most intelligent species. In this movie, let's say that these entities were hiding here the whole time. Let's say that these entities were casted down here, locked here, because of their nastiness. And they're hiding behind our own people. Now, let's just say that all the world leaders knew this, and that they were faking all of their religions in this movie, that they were all best friends behind the scenes because they all knew they don't stand a chance standing up against these entities. So what did they do? They sold all their people out. Because they figured if we don't do it, they're just going to take us out and someone else will do it. So they make a pact that we're going to control the people of the globe. We're going to play out the scenario, wars, by killing our people. And so it doesn't look like we're killing our own people and the people aren't trying to burn down our White Houses and our establishments. We're going to do it through war. I'll kill your people, you kill mine. It's the same result. Okay, then the people are not coming to our places with pitchforks, in a sense. As long as you give them a good enough reason. As long as you set the stage and piss them off bad enough. Bait them. Pull off a 9/11. A Reichstag. A Pearl Harbor. You see, what if all of these events were all just to keep the people believing in a certain theme on the world stage in this movie? And what if all the alphabet gangs in this movie, KGB, MI6, CIA, they all work hand in hand. And they all worship this fallen one and its entities. They fake being Christian, Muslim, and Jewish. They hijack the top of all of them. Then they control all the people on the planet. They run them against each other. And that's just the way they like it. And imagine in this movie, the people were lied to. They were all divided by different languages, different religions, and constantly being oppressed and constantly being told you have to be divided. You got to believe in different stuff. They always want you fighting one another. Now imagine in this movie that along comes someone with some knowledge that unlocked the consciousness in everyone's mind. Where one day, these people, they woke up and they're like, you know what? He's right. They are here. They're not little gray aliens from outer space, deep space. They are a product of the fallen ones that have always been here. And imagine in this movie that they know that there is the opposite coming. And because these weak individuals, these world leaders, sold their people out, they're going to go along with the ploy to go with these entities and fight against what they're going to say is alien life coming. They're basically going to say that the bad guys are coming, when the bad guys are here hiding behind your own people. Then they're going to trick the whole world into fighting the Federation of Light, God Almighty. Can you believe that? Into making them think that what is on its way is evil. And it will be evil itself that plots and plans this in this movie called Life. And now you see. Then all the people awaken. And they see they've been lied to. History's been kept from them. They see that they've been worshiping these fallen ones in their obelisks, going all the way back to ancient Egypt with their elongated skulls, and the reason why is they are the offspring of the fallen ones. To Mount Hermon, where Israel was fighting to occupy all the area, to all of ancient Saudi Arabia, Libya, Iraq, Mesopotamia, the Tower of Babel, all of that. All the ancient lands. All the rest of this is a world stage play. Now imagine that this was the movie. Hear what it's trying to tell you. Because once you do, you'll see that all the pieces of the puzzle fill in perfectly. And for you to understand how they could worship something, you have to understand that they teach that the fallen one, Lucifer, was a sacrifice, that he chose to come down here, that no one else in the pantheon, Raphael, Michael, and all them, wanted to come down and do it. So he made a sacrifice to do it. So he is taught to them as being a sacrificial lamb. Now, are you starting to see the workings of how they're taught? You now know the truth of a movie called Life, in which no other channel out here is going to tell you. None of these shills are ever going to mention it. Do they ever? Have they ever? Will they ever dare talk about this issue? Do they ever talk about the fallen ones and separate the issue from little gray aliens to the real deal of what's happened? Of course not. They're forbidden to. That's why they never do. So why don't you go asking all these shills out here about this and see the response you get? It should be the writing on the wall for you on who is worshiping them along with the enemy. Half these shills out here know this, and they'll never tell you it because they've been told they'll get killed if they do it. Some of us ride to the death, and this is why it's called Illuminati. In the name of Yeshua, we ride for the truth, for love, for righteousness, and you deserve to know it. And know who's here running things, and know what is to come, and don't be fooled. It's in the offing. And this is Killuminati.